All right. Pause it really quick. You know, we're at 4:59. I'm not pausing right. Gary, this one's 4 GB. Do you know how big the black one is by any chance?
Huh?
This is a 4 GB. You know how big this one is by any chance?
That one had video on it, so it's probably a bit bigger.
Okay. Because I have to do these in here. I can't do it from this one. So I know I'll run it.
I just couldn't find it.
Okay.
5 o'clock, we'll start.
Wait for
Are you not here tonight?
Mr. Ring. He called, he was,
Someone just wanted to-
Yeah. okay. Not really quick.
Maybe press record.
We're live.
All right. Let's call this meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First up is results from the election.
I've got good results here. My cousin won the fourth race in the Sullivan Maine. And then I have a one for standing up with the hostage. They both hands for 2 days, be trying to read this one.
I, Mike Hosking, do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state so long as I continue to exist and thereof. I, Mike Hosking, do swear that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my abilities the duties incumbent upon me as selectman, overseer, assessor, overseer of the poor, according to the Constitution and law of the state. Okay.
You kind of see it there.
Thank you.
Congratulations, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Glad to have it. All right, are there any adjustments to the agenda?
No. We'll keep it as is.
Okay. I've looked over the prior meeting minutes. If you need to be in order. Make a motion that we accept them as written. Second.
I abstain.
All in favor?
Just got it.
I looked over the treasurer one, it seems to be in order. I make a motion that we accept it. Second. All in favor? Okay, moving on to new business, we have a new, or an updated rather, travel policy.
Well, It actually is new. You should have a copy in your folder.
And expense reimbursement policy.
Yep. So it goes up the very basics. What the purpose is, who's eligible, reimbursable categories, and how these things are found. So there's a GSA standard.
Please speak up.
There's a GSA standard that you can follow, that you can find online. And when you travel to, you're traveling to somewhere, Alabama, you put in Alabama, you can refine it, and it tells you what the travel costs are for those specific areas, what a meal would cost. One of the examples was what it would be in Ellsworth versus Bar Harbor.
Mhm.
So you can tell what you would, what the rates would be if someone was staying in those areas. So that's what it would go by for lodging, for meals. It talks about training and conferences, what's eligible, registration fees, required materials, non-reimbursable. So personal entertainment, movies, tours, etc., alcoholic beverages, upgrades. You want to travel first class? That's on you, not on me. Luxury lodging, you want the double king size suite? That's nice. Based on the GSA standard, that's what we pay for in that city. Expenses, family member or guests? No, we pay for you, you only. Fines, penalties, traffic violations, lost receipts without sufficient documentation. Again, submission guidelines, it breaks down when you have to bring it, what you have to bring, itemized receipts you need to have, brief description of the purpose. That should be done ahead of time. Why am I going? Why am I traveling? We should have that ahead, but yes, we should have that as part of the submission guidelines. And the improved reimbursements will be processed within 14 days. It's a simple way to guide everybody that does any kind of business expense, whether it be I'm taking a class in Augusta, it's a 2-day class, I'm staying over, or I'm traveling to Texas because it's some kind of important conference that we should be attending.
What's this conference called?
Hmm?
Some kind of conference.
No, if you travel, if there's a conference, say there was a select board members
You're just
conference.
making an example.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to hear you, Jerry. I'm having a real hard time.
All right, but we're gonna hold public comment for particular comment time.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to listen.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so that's what that is.
Oh, well, I think this is a much better. Here, policy than we had before.
Well, the previous policy was just for purchasing.
Yeah,
It didn't go over travel and travel reimbursement. So this is an addition to, it's not a replacement of. So it is a new thing altogether.
So what about the alcohol charges on the last?
That got repaid.
It did.
We received, I took the itemized through and I got payment back, and we received it through cash receipting.
and this will prevent this from happening.
Yep.
The time before, and the time before, and the time before.
If there was no policy in place.
Right.
Well, kind of,
Right.
yeah, but now we have a policy in
Well, I
place.
mean, it's still common sense. Towns should be buying alcohol for their.
If there's no policy in place,
We're dead in the water.
yeah, that's why we did this, and then we put this together based on your comments last.
So the one thing for that is we'll have a posted copy of that. But there is a spot for, if you pick one copy and sign and date, we'll get that posted.
What we can use this one?
Well, this is a draft copy. Draft. So,
Yeah, I put draft on yours, mine is not. Okay. So you can take that one.
All right, this was sort of your idea. Do you want to make a motion to accept it?
I make a motion, we accept the town of Sullivan expense reimbursement policy.
I'll second. All in favor?
I think Greg's the idea what he's the one that brought it up, so.
That, it's our dollars.
Yep.
It's my dollars, your dollars. Thursday, I thought it sounded like a honeymoon to me.
Okay, next up is tax commitment.
We'll be set to do the mill rate at the next meeting, not at this one.
Okay. So that's tabled till next meeting.
Yep, needed the extra 2 weeks.
Next up, discussion of property tax payments.
2 payments, although a very good concept, to try and give people, a break. We do have the regular tax club. 2 payments was very confusing for people. A lot of folks missed the second payment by accident and didn't understand, and it became more of a dilemma for folks than a help.
Yeah, there were a lot of complaints for something that was supposed to be helpful.
Yeah, it was confusing for the banks. It was confusing for the people. Yeah. So that's just the feedback on it. You guys can discuss what you'd like to do, but a lot of first-time people got caught up in this. Like, oh, I don't understand. What did I get? Like, really confused about what happened. I thought I paid the tax bill. You paid the first payment. So I think a lot of people and folks that had multiple pieces of property, they paid the whole on one, the first on the other, and forgot the second half on the other piece of property. And, it created some confusion. And we do have mechanisms in place to help people stretch out their tax bill. So-
Outside of the double payment.
Outside of a double or a single,
Okay.
there are things that, it's a regular
Yeah, there's a
tax club.
where they could pay monthly on it or whatever.
So that will be for you guys to decide if you want to go ahead with 2 or if you want to go back to 1.
It would be easier for a lot of people, sure.
That was the theory. And being the first year,
Right, it's just people gotta get used to it.
So hearing a suggestion, try it again to see if it creates the same problem.
that's what I'm leaning towards.
Sounds reasonable.
And could we like somehow advertise the tax club better?
It's nothing, there's no room to add it into, well, I mean, we can town crier it, we can push it on the internet and stuff like that.
Well, you
So
saw something on the prior that tax bills will be out in November.
Yep.
Next crier won't be out till December.
Mhm.
So in that one, can we say tax bills are out and then give some more explanation? We're not gonna catch everybody because not
Nope.
everybody reads the crier, but at least we can.
But we can do our best to
At the December crier,
make a front page it.
Yep, front page.
yeah, make that the highlight of the crier.
Yep. Yep, so nothing to make a motion on here.
So, yeah, I guess we leave it as is and advertise.
Well, you can, we are gonna meet in 2 weeks to, commit to taxes, and you guys, if you have any any ideas
Yeah.
roll in your head between now and then,
2 weeks.
that will be the
think about it.
time that you'd have to
Okay.
formalize it.
How big of a problem was it? I mean, what
Um,
percentage of people,
We had percentage I don't have as far as I asked Lynn to see if she can get me, but she was surprised by, because I knew who we were gonna get. And there's probably another, I think she said about 75 more people.
Wow, that many.
Yeah. That came in. Oh, no, I'll get no.
I
And
thought
they-
this was the
But that
second,
was clear.
I thought this was the second year in a row that we did that, though. That was the
Mhm.
first year. Okay.
First year.
All right,
So it was, again, everything, there is an adjustment period and to see, what's gonna be, but.
We could put the newsletter, when the last payment is due, on the front page. just
Oh,
to
that's-
remind
yeah.
people.
that's a good idea too. Yeah, it's a great idea. Just do a reminder.
Yep.
Next,
Right.
whatever,
next-
it's 6 months or whatever it
Right.
is, yeah.
So I think that the tax bill actually had,
Hey, Greg, second one too.
Right,
the tax bill had 2 slips on the bottom of it.
Yep,
right, but
You know, I get, you know, how many people, if you look through their envelope, maybe they tore the whole thing off and sent it in. I don't know. But all we can do is push the communication of it to say, hey, here's your way to do this.
Find them months before.
Right, and those who did it well and liked it, you know, they're just be kind of surprised we didn't.
Yeah.
Move forward with it. Holiday closures,
Well, we do have several holidays coming up.
you can put a calendar in here.
No.
And we don't have a lot of voice still. But Christmas is on Thursday, New Year's is on Thursday.
I'm seeing it's all over.
Next Tuesday we're closed for Veterans Day.
And-
So,
Following Thursday for Thanksgiving.
no, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The end.
The 28th, 27th, sorry.
And then if I recall, the Christmas closures for an extended period of time.
Well, and that is the question of what to do.
So we're looking
Because
at,
it's- people put money on Christmas, they don't have a lot of money to spend to pay for the excise tax and whatever that last week of the year. And so business is really slow during that time anyways. And so, and it was also, for a while, it was the only one in the office. And it was the 1 week she could get a vacation because it was the most ideal way to close the office down. And so it's been a tradition to close it because of that.
okay,
What did we do last year? So I feel like we compromised.
Last year, we ended up opening on the Friday on like the 1st, and nobody came in. We were open, no one showed. But you do have the opportunity, since you do have the beginning of that week, the 29th and the 30th,
Mhm.
prior to everything. So you could be open for those 2 days, and who comes.
I don't know if we're qualified to answer this. What I would, because we don't work in the office. I think the office staff, you guys ought to come back to us with a recommendation
I think generally that's what this is a recommendation that we do close for that week.
that week, okay, so you
So
are,
from like Christmas Eve, like half a day, maybe at the least. On Christmas Eve, if not close Christmas Eve,
Have,
yeah, I'm just looking at how many days closed that is.
so
see it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
I think
and
Or you-
close to, you know, so that week of,
5.5 day, 6.
well, with
Yeah, it ends up being
years are talking about 6 day
1,
closure.
2, 3,
6
4.
day closure.
yes.
Yeah, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.5.
Any
But-
complaints from last year doing that?
We've never had complaints about it, in my knowledge.
So the only thing, I mean, again, this, you have, because since everything falls here,
So it wasn't a full week. It was
Yeah.
days in between.
and the next year, everything kind of slides outside of all the schedule. Because it slides into the weekend.
Mhm.
So it's just, it becomes, it's a transitional, because the way that everything just slides around. But, would you like
The
to,
only people that would really be impacted is like somebody purchasing a vehicle or something that needs to.
They said it's like it's online. I mean, the,
would you like a calendar with proposals for next meeting? Calendar with a couple of scenarios for next meeting? Would that
Ye-
help out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yep. Yeah, I don't wanna. If someone wants to come in and do business before
Yep.
you're in.
Right,
exactly.
You need somebody, I want, at least make sure we publicize it,
Right.
maybe 1 or 2 days,
Mhm.
have a skeleton staff or whatever. Yeah.
Right there.
Before the year end, and they're gonna.
Well, with me, I always want to make sure I get a receipt for my property taxes for income tax purposes, so what year I paid them in.
Yep.
yeah,
So-
and it seems like anything I want to do is, it's Friday, they're not even off.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll get something.
Yeah,
We'll get a physical thing.
Okay. Old business, an update on the shellfish opportunity at Gordon's Wharf, and I think that's why you're here.
That is. I met with the joint board on Tuesday, Wednesday night. After I met with you folks, they're all in, they had the same concerns you did, any costs associated, et cetera. Now we've just got to get a key to move stuff in. I did have a conversation with Alice Noyes, who's the president of the Friends of Taunton Bay. I'm gonna speak to them on the 18th about what we're doing down there. She was very excited. He had a couple of questions, so I'm gonna go and talk to them. But we're ready to move.
Okay, so. Do we make a motion on that? Do we need a contract? Do we need?
I would like to have a contract in
Like a
place
rental
for it.
contract?
Just, the only reason I'm thinking that is remember we were. I never, don't know how it resolved, but when the trawler was off the town,
Yeah,
and we were, oh yeah, let's do it, and then it
Let's
came
do it.
back and kind of bit
Yeah.
us in the butt.
yeah,
So if we could. Put a lease agreement in place, a zero charge lease or something. That,
I could give you a copy of the lease agreement that we drew up for Gooseboro.
something like that.
You could look at it
And then
and
modify it.
modify it in your.
Is that, you okay with that, Mike? Is something like that? I just don't want anything to bite us in the back end, cause
No.
that'll hit us all.
And I've already talked to Ray about the address so that I could check with Maine Municipal about putting insurance on it,
Okay,
on that portion, et cetera.
yeah, if you're okay with that, that's kind of where I'd like to go with it.
yeah.
So I guess the motion would be to put a lease agreement in place or a agreement in place with the shellfish company that. I'd say company, my verbiage is probably wrong, but
Yeah, but what are you called?
Well, it's good, I don't know, we haven't decided, it's gonna be the town, in Sullivan Town, Frenchman's Bay. Shellfish,
Frenchman Bay Shellfish?
it's the Sullivan Town, the Frenchman's Bay Regional Shellfish Committee. And the town of Gooseboro.
Okay, so I make a motion that we drop a lease agreement for that whole thing that you just said. Don't get it in Frenchman's Bay.
Yeah. And I would suggest we do it on a yearly basis, just see how the first year goes, and if it goes well, just extend it with the option to extend. Yeah. So I second.
All in favor? All right, town manager report.
Okay. So. You have the latest fire run report.
Yep.
Here. With those increasing demands on all of our services. And Northern Light still being a little bit waffly on what. I don't know, presenting what their existence is going to be moving forward. On a business model, ambulance services, it might be hanging low on their priorities. So just as a proactive measure, we in the past had a meeting with Goldsboro with the town manager and the one that runs their EMS group to see if Northern Light went belly up, how would we be called upon and what would this look like? Since we're the highest demand volunteer group in Hancock County, and all the business that Scudic does in their region of the world, looking to have a meeting with them as far as what would it look like, but to include the fire chiefs, hopefully to have a follow-up meeting with other towns, their chiefs, and a select board member representative to see, again, here's all the towns that we all serve. We are the ones that are all affected. Should we make a model or some kind of structure to have something in case Northern Light doesn't exist? Because if no one has an ambulance and Northern Light stops transporting people, somebody has to get Uncle Lou with a broken leg to the hospital, and how's that going to happen? So, just working on that to keep.
Do you already have a meeting scheduled, Rick?
No, we don't have the second meeting scheduled. The first one took a little bit to get together, so we're working on getting that.
You think between now and the end of the year or?
Yeah, now in the end of the year, definitely.
So other
Yeah.
towns, do they pay for our ambulance to come to their town? I know.
That is a whole argument we've been having with Northern Light. You know, when I show up for you, do I get paid? When I transport for you, yes, I get paid. When I show up for you and get turned away, how do I get compensated? So that's an ongoing conversation with Northern Light. But in the long scheme of things, when we're called out because Northern Light can't go to Lemoyne again or Trenton again, and we transport, you know, we keep getting called out for them. At some point, I'm just doing your job and I'm proving to you day in, day out that you don't need ambulance service, that you can run short or you can run without because Scudic and Sullivan pick it up. So how do we get prepared when they say, we're pulling the plug on this? You know, you've shown us, you've proven that we don't need to have ambulances here.
I know Goodsboro wanted $80,000 or $90,000 to take any calls from Sereno.
It was 55 at the time.
Well, I know it started out like
Yeah.
80 something.
Yeah, but they have a very high operating budget for a small group of towns. But you have Franklin, Hancock, and all the other regional areas are participating in the Northern Light program. Well, if you take the model that Scudic has and spread it over more area, well, it costs people less. Is it feasible? Does it work? Don't know. That's part of the conversation. But it's been something that's been brewing for a while, so.
All these calls here, these are mutual aid and Sullivan calls?
Yeah, so you have
Sullivan.
medical calls, 45 medical, 27 mutual aid, 10 transports. Yep.
It would have been kind of nice to see where the mutual aid was, like where they went.
We could break that down for you if you'd like that.
It's like 8 fires. You had 8 fires in Sullivan?
No. Well, so with that, well, you say that because I got in the mail basically a thank you from, what is it, Castine. Back in August, so on behalf of the Select Board and residents of Castine, along with the members of the Castine Fire Rescue Department, please accept our sincere thanks for helping us overcome a wildfire emergency in Castine on August 6th, 7th, and 8th. Fire was extremely challenging. The location was almost inaccessible, and the terrain was likely unwalkable. Water lines, many over a half-mile long, 4 to 5 from 2 fronts. The larger parcel is surrounded by residential development. Dangerously dry conditions provided large volumes of easy fuel. Your town joined 14 other towns, including Cranberry Island, to bring this potential disaster to a successful conclusion. We can't thank you enough for your highly valued support and assistance. Please accept and pass along the enclosed checks to help reimburse expenses. If by any chance we missed any firefighters or equipment, please let us know. Our goal was to compensate all who came to help. We want to know who covered and who came to help. And it's from their select board chair and their fire chief.
That's great.
Matt Woodworth and Mike Pinkham had turned out and worked that fire.
Mhm.
So for whatever hours they had, they got a check back for going. But
Right.
this is the kind of Castine.
Right.
This is the kind of stuff that is just happens.
Mhm.
They have their mutual aid agreements and they turn out and they go. But that's on the fire end. The fire end has been something that's happened like that for probably as long as it's been organized. The ambulance end. You know, time went back, there used to be a different ambulance organization out here, which doesn't exist anymore, that picked up all this. Well, they're gone.
Mhm.
Northern Light doesn't seem to be able to handle the volume. And when you watch the news and listen to their financial status, it's questionable what's going to happen to them long term. You know, I know they have to go to Augusta, I think, this week to report on what their financials are going to be going forward, since they're going back and forth with Anthem.
Mhm.
We're on the hook in the end when they can't meet services.
Yep.
So it's just something, that's why it's,
Sounds
you know,
like a pretty
important to think about it. Other than that, Hancock County Planning Commission, we is using a grant that we got to work with Ed Paray on getting GIS versions of our tax maps, so different searchable versions of our tax maps. So at no cost to us.
Mhm.
Ed Perret's been taking, as he's updating tax maps, has been creating CAMZ files, like Google Earth files. They're gonna use that information to make a more advanced tax map, so you can go and do something different with it. And again, paid by grant funding. Speaking of grant funding, a few months back, we had gotten awarded a housing feasibility grant.
About that.
Yeah, there you go. So they put out requesting for contractors. Several contractors were made available to us and Goldsboro to choose who we wanted to go with. The choice between the two towns was a company called WSP out of Portland. They had the most appealing presentation between both. And so it's a housing feasibility grant at no cost to the town to study the feasibility of housing at the transfer station site, because it's that big 35-acre site that all we do is collect garbage and hold salt.
Mhm.
Within that, we're getting soil and water testing done.
Okay.
So if anybody had any concern about the soil and, because it's, well, you had the old dump, well, you have the junkyard, has any of that land been contaminated? We will know because of this. And again, at no cost to us, which is fantastic. Going forward through this process, it would be helpful, I think, to have some board member assist in this.
And to be upfront, before I even thought about running for select board, Ray had asked me to look through the proposals and stuff, and I was heavily involved in it. And at the point, we helped pick that, but now being a select board member, I can't do anything on my own. It has to be the three of us deciding, or at least two of the three of us deciding, so I told Ray I gotta step back from this
Yep.
until we talk about what we're gonna do going forward. But they're ready to award to this vendor.
Mhm.
And I think yesterday was the last day I looked at it, and did you hear back from the questions?
He was at a
Right,
at a conference.
Yeah, so there was some specific questions on it.
It's words.
Yeah.
Specific words. It's where words matter, We did know what we had in funding, and we negotiated back to what the fund, because of course their proposal was more than the funding was. So we got them within that. It's like, okay, no, we can't do all this. We'll do up to here. Anything moving forward? No. If you need any, if we're gonna go further with this, we, other opportunities and grants, and okay, great. Again, trying to make this at no cost to us. So we get to have information and find out if housing is feasible up there on this big piece of land.
So is this gonna bring in Section 8 housing, or what's it gonna?
Right now,
Nothing.
all it's bringing in
Yeah.
is a study of the land. We may go up and there's some kind of barn swallow that you can't do nothing, and you can't do anything there. Or the land and some water is tainted and you can't do anything there anyway. But then you can look at these brownfield grants and try and get different opportunities for that. I'll be right out. But what happened? But again, right, there's nothing set. There's no type of housing. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to decide, we'll
Yeah.
see if it works. If it
Right.
doesn't work, it's a dead conversation.
Yeah, so it's really, it'll help us know from get-go what, if anything, can be done there. So that's the important part. Because the cost of this, we don't have to absorb. It gets done through the grant.
Yeah, we got someone to pay to check our land.
Right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The reason why it was on my mind was I went through Goldsboro yesterday and I saw Goldsboro townhouses being built.
Oh, up on Route 1, yeah. Yeah, there's some
So I didn't know if
developer
that's
doing
part
that.
of Sell,
Nope.
to,
Nope. Developer went and he's just doing that. He said he might even do some more going forward with them, but he's not sure. That was just his first foray into something out there.
So Ray, I guess my recommendation on this is once we hear back from Ray,
Mm-hmm.
put the proposal out at our next meeting, if
Yep.
it's not too late, and then we decide.
No, the timing should be perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, there definitely should be a select board member part of it.
well, I want the select board member to get buy-off before we sign it.
Mhm.
To go, I want the whole board just get to sign off on, yeah, we're gonna go, and yes, I have been part of it before I was on the select board, so I can give you my recommendation on it.
Yeah.
And then as we move forward.
Yeah.
So, But I want all of us to be bought off on the signing on it.
Couple last things, working with the animal control officer regarding, repeat offending livestock.
Oh, I wonder what they're talking about.
So we're working with the neighbor, to reassure that, listen, if you get he told her, here's what I need from you. This. And she's gonna do her best to provide that, so this way action can, he says, if this was a dog, we'd be done a long time ago.
Right.
He said, it's a little different here,
Yeah, we
so
don't have a
I
sheep
need your
ordinance.
help with this, so. Last thing, I went through, last thing, I can't say last thing, it's not last thing. One thing just to bring of note to everybody, one thing that was in the warrant were 2 checks written out to the Sullivan Recreation Pet Pantry in the basement down there, run by the thrift store, the one by the Scudic Food Pantry, $500 each. A person came in, donated $1,000. So we basically, with the mechanism of just moving the money, but they said, we'd like to donate it, we have this $1,000. I wanted 500 here and 500 here. Can you do that for me? Yes. So that's 2 checks moving out of there. We got to thank Don and D'Amico for that. Getting a lot of thank yous for Eaton Paving and what they did.
He's
And-
up there doing aprons on the driveway.
Yeah, I saw as you go from the beginning up, and that's been the only thing, but
Weird spot.
Yeah, I don't know why
He
he
did.
started at the Havy Road. And I talked to him this morning, I thought he was gonna start down by the path, but he went on the Havy Road, and I don't know what direction.
Yeah, he took on it, if he didn't do mine, but for the business.
Yeah.
Well, he's got I told him every driveway's gotta have apron.
I've gotten thank you, but. So, and thank you, but, and then thank you again. So it's been going good.
And they shim my road, those bad spots, but I see Tracy boys are hauling out of it again, which I'm gonna go up and see them and tell them that those spots we can show a sign of breaking again, we're gonna post a road.
You
And
think,
I think in the spring, we should post it later in the spring,
hold it longer.
hold it longer.
Yep, that's easy enough. That's our decision.
Oh, Pumpkinville Road.
Oh,
Trucks have
Did they
stolen
do
it.
something for Barberina? It looks like they formed like a.
Well,
like a
they had
lake
to,
or-
well, they just had to go in there on their driveway, but that's it.
Okay,
Um,
hopefully. That's all it.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna get more than her.
Hopefully.
What was I gonna say? The approach to the firehouse over here, how it's like this. Can they just dump something in there to flatten it out? Because you
Like,
can't,
when it comes off the Route 1.
yeah, so the lead out of every bay door.
Oh,
If you
they
go,
dug that down, we had it dug down and repaved it, and it's sitting on a pile of clay, so.
yeah, and it just keeps going down.
You know, it needs to be dug out, filled with tailings, and then inch minus, and
Yeah.
maybe a curtain drain or something down to the ditch.
Well, since the building is in the condition that it is, maybe they can just do some kind of a Band-Aid thing just to, because it's like, it's hard to, it's getting harder and harder to get a truck in and out, and paving it is, plowing it's like a disaster.
I
So,
can check them.
yeah, if it doesn't hurt to
I
ask.
bet that just builds up with ice, those rocks.
Yeah. One last thing I had, gentleman from Maryland, a retired police officer, reached out wanting to know if we could donate a Sullivan Constable badge to him. He's a former police officer. That's what he kind of does in his spare time. I found a giant stack, never used, of about 20 of them, never put in circulation, still wrapped in the bag.
When we used to have volunteer constables.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So I found, I went, what's this thing on top of here? And I went in the office on top of something. There was a little box, and I opened up. It's a fresh pack of them. It was a couple of weeks ago, and it had big like a big hat, like you're a park ranger. A couple of those, kind of neat. But it's funny, the guy, and he sent 2 pictures of what they would look like, and we have the one on the left. So if you guys are okay,
Yeah, make a motion to give them. All in favor?
He just collects constable badges?
he collects all people that do firehouse stuff. Firehouse guys, they go around, they always have one of their job patches with them. When they go to a firehouse when they're on vacation, they trade patches.
Yeah. Notice.
That's just what you do. So some guys reach out, hey, could you send me one? Would you do that?
We have a student who's doing.
No, my cousin who's on fire department collects town t-shirts.
Yeah.
I gave him a Sullivan t-shirt because he collects them. Yep.
So I will get one of those out to him.
Can we get a hat and a badge donated to the Historical Society as well?
We could do that. Yeah.
If they want it.
Yeah, we have,
We can pull that out like that.
we have two of the
A
hats.
display with that in it and the history of Sullivan constables. And
We could certainly get that over to them. While I'm up on the ladder getting the,
There'd be a constable. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and that's all I got.
Thanks, Ray.
Excuse me, it's not all you got.
Not
Wait.
like you got.
Oh, no.
This is-
Yes, that's it. I have them sitting right here. So I believe the town voted they signed off on the ordinance changes. So I have the changed ordinances here. You have sample copies by you. These are the ones we would actually post. Last page is signature pages.
We post,
What's that?
What ordinances are those?
The two that were voted on yesterday, the rental ordinance and the building ordinance.
So they passed?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I take it.
the building one it was 323 yes, 105 no, rental ordinance 302 yes, 98 no.
I take it the comp plan passed too.
Comp plan passed at, comp plan got 326 yes, 103 no.
That was gonna be my question, because I didn't hear from the.
That's what I got.
all right. Moving on. All right, public comment?
Mine?
What?
A little thing from Age Friendly. We are undertaking an effort to create a centralized database of volunteers for the town. Rather than having everyone create their own lists and rosters, we can create one central one that we can use to share. So it has, as you get full of volunteers, it can go over the database and find folks that have already signed up to do. So they're not. Again. Probably if you tend to have both full lists and you end up with the same 5-10 people doing the same stuff. So we want to get more engagement. But there are forms over here if anybody wants to sign up. I know you have to be on there. Do not assume that if you're on another list that you're on this one. Please take time and sign up again. We really appreciate that. And we'll reach out when opportunities come up.
Can I ask a question, Kim?
Yes.
I know that, the community connector has been working with the school guidance counselors to get student volunteers since they have to do community service. Is that something that, do you want local, students who are willing?
Yes.
Okay, so I can take one of those to school and copy it?
There's a form online. I think we're gonna do some social media promotion with it as well. So on Facebook, where you can just click the link and fill out your form online as well. So you can take it, it's got lots of FAQ stuff on it, and then the others. So yes, Miss Lee and I discussed that today. I think that's
No?
Yeah,
You have a what? Presentation type thing? Or just comment on what was on the agenda? A comment on what was on the agenda or something different?
something different.
All right.
I'd like to have no time.
Uh,
No. Growing up, I've realized two things. Can't choose your parent. Can't choose your brother. Choose your wife, can't choose your in-law. Can't choose your kids. A lot of shit you can't choose. But when you rely on the law and the law doesn't help you, what do? So in 2017, I was made to retire from macrovascular disease. Anybody wants to look it up, you're more than welcome. It's not fun. So when I came to the town in 2017, I found something that helped me with it. And when I wanted to make a business out of it, because I couldn't do anything else, for the next 8 years, the town says, you can do it once we get a comp plan, we can pass the ordinance. They've been telling me this for 8 years. You gotta have a comp plan to pass any new ordinance. How long have we been working on a comp plan there?
Year and a half.
No, seriously,
Yeah, year and a half.
a year and a half,
Yeah.
not 30 years.
Well.
Come on,
It was rejected 30 years ago.
okay. So we've done nothing for 30 years then, is that what we're saying? Till a year and a half ago? We should have been working on this, we should have been working on this 30 years ago.
Well, there are other attempts.
I know that, but here's the thing I found out, Don. You guys keep telling me, no, I can't do this. No, I can't do that. So what I do is I go do research. Again, I went to our 7 local towns. Fortunately, I went to Steuben first, because these young ladies are the ones that brought it to my attention that towns can't pass any new ordinances if they don't have a comp plan. So for the last 30 years, any new ordinance that came up is against the law. And then about what, 2.5 years, Ray? 3 years ago, I started coming to you about speeding on the road.
I've only been here over 2 years.
Okay. How the dump trucks are busting up the roads. You don't care because it's not your road. You don't care about the speeding because you said this to me. I will not, at first you said you would help me. And then on 6/2, you said you refused to help me. But you took 6/2. I'm gonna keep going, Norman.
No, you're not.
I have a
No,
right. now.
whoa. No, you're not. What would you like us to do?
Hold on a second. Let me finish reclaiming my time. So imagine. I can't remember what day this is, when the state police come up to my house accusing me, somebody who grew up traveling around this world behind his dad in the Navy, and then did his time in the Navy, and I was injured and discharged because of it, to be called, hold on, a terrorist, disorderly conduct, interference with constitutional rights. When for the last 8 years, this town has not been following the laws. And for 8 years, you've been telling me. So when am I not supposed to get upset after 8, 9 years? Huh? I ask you.
I don't think it's a matter of being upset, it's how you handle it.
I didn't threaten to shoot anybody in here. I never got out of my seat. I've never approached that table like other people have. We've had town managers fired for inappropriate things. Did they get taken? Did they get served? And the only reason I didn't get arrested and taken to jail was the simple fact that there's no violent complaints about me in the system. None.
Jerry, your time's up. What would you like us to do? I didn't hear an action item out of any of this. I'm new to this, so a lot of this is new to me, so
Right.
what I always look for is, what can we do? Is it within our power to do
It
it?
sure is. I see you're rational, man. I'm trying to be rational with you, Mike.
What would you
It's
like?
just been so long.
I appreciate that. But what would you like us to do?
Okay. Drop the charges for one.
Okay, I
Here.
need more research. I can find out.
Didn't
Megan.
you
No, you can't.
Didn't you threaten to shoot the tires off that van?
Huh?
Did you threaten to shoot the tires off that van?
What van?
The van with the Harley plate on the front of it.
I said, what do I gotta do? I think.
So we got it recorded.
Well, so I'm waiting for my thing, because you say they're all online and they're not there. I'm telling you, they're not there.
Right, I don't want to argue with you.
Yeah.
I just want to know what do you want us to do? Now, I'm not saying we can do any of it. I'm just saying, what do you want?
Okay, here's the other thing. Your town attorney. I'm in a lawsuit with, and
Okay,
he's gonna lose his ass.
okay,
So when Ray went to him, he had to send him to the DA. And he wants me because he knows he's gonna lose. Just conflict of interest, man.
okay. So again, I don't understand what you want.
Drop the charges.
That's all you want.
That's ridiculous right there.
Yeah, I obviously can't attest to it because I don't know what this is.
You were there on that Tuesday? I think you were.
No, I
No?
wasn't. No. I'm sorry, I wasn't. I wasn't here.
Is this the war you wanna have?
I
Right,
think once it went to the district attorney's office, it's out of our hands.
it is not out of your
Cause
hands.
they had to look at the evidence and then decide whether or not they were gonna pursue it.
Right.
Can I make a
I
suggestion?
wanna know why you even took it up there because of all the shit that's happened at town meetings before. That you've never, ever have done this to. You don't think I've called other towns, Norman?
You
This
probably
is
have.
completely irregular.
Okay.
Appreciate your feedback.
Yep.
It's good. We discuss it in executives. I don't know how we do it, but we'll talk about it and see what comes up. I don't know.
But we don't know if the DA took it upon himself or whether.
No, the DA did.
I don't know.
Well, we need to find out.
That's out of our
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
The
I don't
DA
know.
took it in their hands to deal with it. I mean, none of us press charges, but the DA had to probably read and
So you did this all on your own?
I did nothing
no.
on my own.
No.
Who did it?
No, that had to be reported.
Yeah, who did the report?
Who,
You did it.
You can blame me if you want to.
Well, he's not supposed to do anything without the select board approval.
That's what I'm saying. But there was only 2 members on the select board then.
okay,
You-
You
and
can't make that decision with 2 people.
You can't say that you're gonna
Well-
sit with a gun at the end of your driveway. You can't do that, not in a public forum where it's recorded and everybody can see it. To not report it, and then you actually follow through with that action. People would be looking at us, why didn't you report it? He said it in a meeting. I mean, you can't say those things. You can't say fire in a movie theater. You just can't.
a shark at a beach.
Hmm?
Or a shark at a beach.
So, does anybody else have any public comment?
So back to we're gonna discuss this and, because I'll get more detail on what's going on, but it sounds like the decision's already been made or something already happened, so. Well,
Board comment?
oh, other board comment. One of the things I want to do one day, I would love to figure out how to get more people to these meetings. I don't know if you guys talked about it. You know, maybe we keep it in the back of our heads to figure out how we get more people engaged in this process.
Yeah.
I know
so
one
we
way.
put it on the
Was-
side.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
on the sign.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's on the sign.
That's what I said, it's on the sign.
Okay, this is, I thought they put it on, it's like, wait a minute.
No, I said it is on the sign.
no, it's gonna do more than a sign. It's
Yeah.
gonna be actually going out and talking to the community one-on-one and that type of stuff and seeing what they want and that type of stuff,
So
so.
rather miss
Fine.
and not
Yeah.
come to the meeting.
Especially things are interesting,
Oh.
it's like,
No, I get that, but let's see if we can change it a little bit, I guess. I'm probably just whistling Dixie and you guys probably have the same ideas. It's like,
Friendship, nothing gained.
yeah, yeah,
You have my.
Oh, I didn't get a chance. You want them back now?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to copy them.
All right, so let's move into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 56M to discuss confidential record.
You move to executive session?
Yep. Yes.
Have a motion before you do that, and secondly,
I move we
thank you.
we go to executive session. Favorite? Yeah, I'm sorry.
That would be an executive session pursuant to 1 MSRA 4056. All right, sorry.
But it just needed a second. And then
Yeah, you guys gotta keep me in line on the protocol here.
All right.
So much stuff.
Could you get the door, please?
They just passed.
We go, now we're
I think
back.
we're back from executive session. We made a motion. No, I make a motion that we take no action on the email received. And a second, all in favor? Unanimous vote. Make a motion that we adjourn. Second,
Second.
good, all in favor?
Go, good night and thank you.
6:17.